Recognize that noise? Even if you don't, chances are you are familiar with what it is associated with. Tattoos have been around since way before modern civilization. However, their reintroduction to the Western world at the end of the 19th century brought along new motivations, meanings, and societal reactions. That was the start of a turbulent signification path in which tattoos have been frowned upon, signified as symbols of questionable personal character, and re-signified as resistance. The reasons that lead people to permanently mark their bodies with ink can vary from "I thought it was pretty" to covering up physical and psychological scars from past life events. It can also be a personal statement, and generally a very strong one at that, not only for the use of the body as a canvas, but also for the permanent aspect of the modification. This presentation focuses on the use of tattoos and body paint as a means for women to show and literally embody resistance in a society still very much male-centered. This does not go to say that non-female individuals do not suffer from the social scrutiny cast upon their tattooed bodies, but simply that issues such as gender and race influence that impact, for better or for worse, and that I choose to explore the specific case of tattooed female bodies. But you were so pretty. I generally don't like tattoos in women. Tramp stamp are some of the things tattooed women deal with whenever their body ink is revealed or brought to the center of attention. Expected to look pure, immaculate, smooth, and untouched, women are told how to feel and what to do about their bodies from an early age. Your body is a temple. Yes, but whose temple? Women are taught to care for their bodies according to standards established by entities other than themselves. And when they fail, the failure is twofold. They fail themselves and all of those whose rules they strive to abide by. Too short, too fat, too big, too old. The essence of female beauty standards rests in their being unachievable. In a society where everyone but women seems to have the right to decide about their bodies, reclaiming the power of decision is an act of defiance on multiple levels. It defies the purity idea, it resists any authority other than their own, and it re-signifies symbols of ugliness or beauty failure as symbols of acceptance. Tattoos are, according to the writer Julie Zillinger, an act of self-beautification. A very prominent example of this is the project P-Ink, or Pink, which has been around since 2012. With the slogan "Breast cancer doesn't have to leave the last mark," they offer women who have gone through a mastectomy, surgical removal of breast tissue, an alternative to cope with the potentially devastating psychological effects of the procedure. To reconstruct or not to reconstruct, that is no longer the question. In this specific case, the choice of flowers, a fairly universal symbol of beauty, counteracts the alleged lack of beauty in the scar, or in the fact of no longer having a breast. What do you do when you don't like your house? You redecorate. And that's what Pat and other women who participated are doing. In a less permanent but similar way, the Spanish artist Cinta Cartro uses colors and brushes to bring about the hidden beauty of bodies, or body marks, socially regarded as ugly. Her Instagram account, Cintera, is a collection of colorful, delicate body paintings on all types of women. The visual fascination generated by the colors and the innocence in the shapes she draws show how beauty is a matter of perspective, and how feeling beautiful is not about what you look at, but about how you look at it. In her words about her stretch marks, she writes, "The stretch marks are part of my essence, my moments, my life, my story, and me." In the age of social media, projects like these have an unprecedented potential to reach women that could benefit from them, making one Instagram post, one individual decision, one tattoo, into a spark of hope for somebody out there. This is where the individual act of resistance becomes collective resistance. Permanent or not, colorful or black and white, it is clear how art can change the way people see themselves for the better. As Carolina Gerlach put in an interview for Mike magazine, "My decision to get a tattoo was partially because I wanted my body to feel like my own. It was the first time I've ever felt a sense of control over how my body looked. And when we make our own, and I want to be redundant here, decisions about our own bodies, we claim sovereignty over them. We strive to accept. And self-acceptance in a world that teaches you to hate yourself is resistance."